Now at 11, the latest details out of a southeast Portland neighborhood shaken following a triple homicide.
This impact is significant, not just for the individuals, not just for the first responders.
And why the family of a man killed in a road rage incident is now going after Multnomah County and Uber. Plus, a new development to provide housing and more. Back to a displaced group of Portlanders.
Because we have the audacious belief that we can do things here.
Thanks for joining us at 11. I'm Thomas Schultz. We begin tonight in southeast Portland, where police are investigating a triple homicide. It happened around 5 this evening when police responded to a suicide call and instead found 3 people dead. Late into Saturday night, Portland police continue to investigate what happened at a home near Southeast 64th and Flavel, where they found 3 people dead from gunshot wounds.
Our detectives have a lot of work ahead of them.
We're saddened for the families and the loss. We're saddened for this community.
Officers initially responded to a suicide call before finding 3 people shot.
And it saddens us deeply when we arrive too late.
Obviously, this investigation is in the early stages, but at this point, we do not believe there is an ongoing threat or danger to the community.
It's unclear who the 3 people are or what led up to the shooting, though Portland police believe all 3 are connected in some way.
You know, I have and will continue to emphasize the sanctity of life.
As detectives investigate the deaths, Portland Police's crisis response team is also on scene to support family impacted and the community as a whole.
I ask for all of us to continue to support one another, to care for one another, to recognize that this impact is significant.
We also have more breaking news also out of southeast Portland tonight. A motorcyclist was taken to the hospital with life-threatening injuries after a crash with a car. This was just after 8 o'clock near the intersection of Southeast Foster Road and Holgate Boulevard. Officers are still on scene, so expect traffic to be impacted. New tonight, Salem police and SWAT were called today after a reported burglary resulted in shots fired in a standoff. It happened around 1:30 today near 25th Avenue Northeast and Claxter Road. When officers arrived on scene, the suspect, 33-year-old Vincent Chavez, fired multiple shots at them. One round actually hit an officer's ballistic shield while another officer was hit by debris. Eventually, Chavez gave himself up. Both officers are expected to fully recover. Well, turning to the weather now, it was a cool start to the weekend with a few showers and thunderstorms to start off the day. But tomorrow is looking a little bit better. Let's check in with meteorologist Joe Ranieri. Joe, how much warmer are you expecting Sunday to be?
We're going to be looking at temperatures maybe 5-7 degrees warmer, getting close to 80 degrees, but I think we'll be right around that mid to the upper 70s kind of range. The other thing people are talking about, along with those thunderstorms, was just how muggy it is. And yeah, last check outside our studios in Goose Hollow, we're looking at a humidity level of right around 80%, a little sticky out there, and we'll start to see the muggy conditions drop a little bit throughout tomorrow. They'll pick up again on Monday, as we'll continue to see some areas of clouds and a little bit of some unstable air out there as well the next few days, especially east side of the Cascades. But tomorrow, morning clouds turn to afternoon sunshine. The thunderstorm threat will still be in the forecast, but it's going to be east of the Cascades, and it's been really popping up here the last several hours, although it's been kind of dialing down some of the thunderstorms here the last hour or so. But the thunderstorms will be rolling in throughout parts of the Mount Bachelor area by tomorrow afternoon. No summer weather ahead, feeling more like fall next week. We have a couple of upper level troughs out there. They're going to be bringing in some scattered showers at times tomorrow afternoon east side of the state, but some of those showers and thunderstorms will move into the west side of the state heading into Monday, and heavy rain is in the forecast heading into Tuesday. I'll talk more about that in just a few minutes.
All right. Thank you, Joe. In Central Oregon, there are level 1, 2, and 3 evacuation notices as more than 100 people are working to put out a fast-growing wildfire. The Black Rock fire is burning across multiple counties, northeast of Madras near Highway 218. Since flaring up Thursday evening, it's grown to nearly 21,000 acres, doubling in size overnight. The family of a man shot and killed in downtown Portland road rage shooting is suing Multnomah County and Uber for $40 million. In a lawsuit filed Thursday, the family of Ryan Martin claims the man who shot him, Jeffrey Hammond, should not have been able to receive a concealed handgun license because of prior arrests for assault. The suit also says Uber should have been aware of Hammond's history and refused to let him drive for the company. Almost 2 years ago, security footage shows Hammond shoot Martin after a brief confrontation outside the Moxie Hotel. Portland attorney Tom Diamore says recently he's seen a rise in these kinds of cases.
I think it's a valid case that should be pursued. I think I'm a strong proponent that attorneys need to pursue these cases more.
Diamore says cases against local government and companies could lead to stronger regulation and possibly less gun violence. We reached out to Multnomah County and Uber for comment. We have not yet heard back. Well, for weeks, Evergreen Public Schools families have been in limbo with schools closed as the district negotiates with striking union workers. Now, Evergreen Public Schools is threatening legal action if a deal isn't reached soon. The district may ask a judge to compel the union to end its strike, which they say is illegal under Washington state law. The school board says legal action is a last resort, but did vote unanimously to support the move. Still, they say if striking classified workers agree to a deal soon, it won't have to come to that. Parents tell us they understand the union's side and why classified workers in the district are striking, but they're eager to see students back in the classroom.
We not very happy, but we kind of understand what they're looking for.
The personnel that's striking, I feel like they need to get better pay. I do believe in that, but I also feel like it's just hard that it affects so many people when there is a strike.
The district's latest proposal includes a 12.5% pay increase for paraeducators over 3 years. That falls short of what the union is asking for. Well, the grand opening of a new apartment building in Albina marks a pivotal step in the restoration of Portland's historically black neighborhood. And to celebrate, a block party was held for the opening. Jay Coulter has the story.
Certainly a joyous day here on Flint Avenue as these apartments come with a purpose beyond just housing, but giving displaced families and their descendants a pathway back to Albina.
You can go home again, is what we're saying.
Back in the 1960s, the construction of I-5 and the Memorial Coliseum displaced Albina residents, including Albina Vision Trust board member Sharon Gary Smith, who grew up on Benton Avenue just 2 blocks from the new Albina 1 building.
I sat with my parents and understood they're pushing us out, they're taking the land, they're employing eminent domain, which was very racially infused in the days, to be able to claim land for the purpose of serving the public as though we weren't.
Now more than 60 years later, Albina 1 is a way for those forced to leave to return.
This is evidence of what you can do when you dream big and you gather people and you don't let go.
KGW joined a tour of Albina 1 Saturday. The 94-unit complex offers 1, 2, and 3-bedroom apartments, all designated as affordable housing.
We're able to rent all of the units at or around about 48% AMI or below to make them even more accessible.
1-bedrooms, for example, go from anywhere between $676 to $1,062. And most of the apartments will be leased through Portland's North-Northeast preference policy in order to ensure the apartments can go to those displaced from Albina.
It's overwhelming. It's so physically beautiful. This is a real study in bringing everything together, history and restoration and resilience.
And with a nearly $2 million grant from the Portland Clean Energy Fund, Albina 1 is fully electric.
This is literally a showcase for how you can build creatively, efficiently, effectively, for the long haul.
Jay Coulter, KGW News.
A major MAX closure could mean changes to your commute between Southwest Portland and Beaverton. A week-long TriMet project begins tomorrow that closes blue and red lines through the Robertson Tunnel. The work will happen between Sunset Transit Center and Providence Park MAX Station. Shuttle buses will be available for riders. During the closure, crews will replace nearly 1,000 feet of rail and overhead wire and deep clean the tunnel and stations. TriMet officials say the closure could add 45 minutes to your commute. MAX green, orange, and yellow line trains will not be affected. Regular MAX service will resume Sunday, September 14th. Well, it's hosted greats like the Beatles in 3 NBA finals. Now, it's finally getting a facelift. The City of Portland announced Veterans Memorial Coliseum is closing for significant renovations. That includes new seating and accessible seating areas, plus extra restrooms and other improvements. A soft opening is planned for October, with a grand reopening sometime later this year.